This is it.
Shout out to Chinese niggas. Actually, shout out to the Chinese and Mandarin
We are all
niggas.
pulling together to cover what is
And,
turning out to be
Vietnamese.
the deadliest campus shooting in U.S. history.
And the Cambodian, too. Yeah, guys, remember the Cambodians.
And lead my people.
What?
The weak, the defenseless, and the innocent children of all ages.
At
What?
this afternoon
Hold on.
hour, at least...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the fuck?
Defenseless. Like Moses, I split the sea and lead my people. The weak, the defenseless, and the innocent children of all ages.
At this afternoon hour, at least 30 people believed to be killed on the campus of Virginia Tech University. That's in Blacksburg, Virginia.
I've avoided today, but you decided to spill my blood. You forced me into a corner and gave me only one option. I didn't have to do this. I could have left. I could have fled. But no.
Ah, hell nah, bro. Ah, hell nah, bro. What the fuck? Ah, hell nah.
I will no longer run.
Born in Asan, South Korea, on January 18, 1984,
He's South Korean?
Seung-Hui Cho was the second child of Sung Tai Cho and Hyang Im Cho. At the age of 9 months,
He may or may not have been off his
health
rocker.
issues, developing whooping cough, followed
Nah,
by
after
pneumonia,
hearing that
which
shit sounded
required
insane.
hospitalization. He was diagnosed with a hole in his heart after doctors informed the Cho family about it.
What?
At 3, Cho underwent cardiac testing that included a specialized procedure which emotionally traumatized him. From that point on, Cho did not like to be touched and was seen as medically frail. According to his mother, he cried a lot and was constantly sick, yet he did enjoy playing with a few friends in Korea.
Yeah, it was written from the beginning, bruh.
And was notably quiet, but had a sweet nature. In 1992, the Cho family relocated to the United States, motivated by educational prospects for their children and inspired by Mr. Cho's sister, an earlier immigrant. Adjusting to the new environment was challenging due to language barriers and isolation, while the parents worked tirelessly, mainly speaking Korean, in their home and workplace. For the first 6 months in the United States, the Cho family lived with relatives in Maryland. They then lived in a townhouse for a year before moving to Virginia, where they occupied an apartment for 3 years. Cho, who was 9 years old, transitioned to Virginia during his 3rd grade year. He had become much more withdrawn and isolated in the States, with his only known friendship being with a neighboring boy, with whom he would go swimming with. The biggest issue between Cho and his family was his poor communication, which elicited frustration and concern from them. Cho minimally conversed with his parents, often evading eye contact. His mother would occasionally shake him in frustration. Although he spoke slightly more to his sister, he shied away from expressing his emotions and responses to various
that's heat him up.
and rarely shared reflections on his daily life and experiences in school and events. Prior to Cho entering the 7th grade, his parents acted upon a suggestion from his elementary school to pursue therapy for him. In July 1997, they brought Cho to the Center for Multicultural Human Services, CMHS,
Damn, 1997, damn.
a facility
How old is this
specializing in
nigga?
mental health care and psychological assessments, catering particularly to low-income immigrants and refugees with limited English proficiency. Cho first worked with a Korean counselor, but this proved to be an ineffective match. He then started sessions with another therapist who specialized in art therapy, a method used to identify and treat emotional and psychological challenges.
I heard art therapy is good for
Given
people.
Cho's reluctance to speak, offering only minimal verbal responses,
I never
art
did therapy
became a
like
key
that, so
method
I don't know.
for engaging with him.
Actually, I only did therapy maybe
Cho's
one time in my
therapist
life.
observed that when she discussed
That's
the
because my mom
significance
forced me
of
to
his
do
art
it
with
because she
him,
thought I was
his eyes
struggling
would often well up with tears.
with my emotions
Over
and shit.
time, Cho started to make eye contact, which she considered a positive step towards his recovery.
Real niggas need no
Additionally,
therapy.
Cho was under the care of a psychiatrist.
Yeah, real
who was
niggas know
involved
how to
in
handle
the
that
first
shit in
meeting
the
with Cho
streets,
and his
cuz.
family, and intermittently
just
over the
FL
following
Studios.
years,
Yeah, that too.
diagnosing him with severe social anxiety disorder.
I see nothing wrong with
The
therapy. I
records
feel
and
like
tests
therapy
from
can work
mental
for whoever it
health
works
professionals
for.
that were forwarded to Cho's
But people need to
school
realize therapy doesn't
assessed
work for
him as
everybody.
socially and verbally less mature than his actual age, indicating social immaturity and limited verbal skills rather than retardation.
What the fuck?
His IQ tests, however, showed that he was above average in intelligence. Cho continued to isolate himself, though he had no reported behavioral
Niggas thought he
problems
was
in
dumb, but
school.
he's smart as hell.
Then in March of 1999,
That's like
Cho's
me for
art
real.
therapist noticed a shift in his behavior when he began to incorporate tunnels and caves
You
into
was
his
looking into
artwork.
therapy this week, and then you saw
While
the
these
prices.
symbols weren't inherently alarming, Cho's
Yeah, man.
increasing withdrawal
Try BetterHelp.
and signs
Actually,
of
don't do that. I heard
depression
that BetterHelp is a
raised
scam.
concerns. In this light, the therapist viewed the tunnels and caves as warning signs. She expressed her concern by inquiring about any suicidal or homicidal thoughts,
BetterHelp
which
is
Cho
ass.
denied. Nonetheless, she created a safety contract with him, outlining a
Hey,
commitment
man.
to avoid self-harm or
I
harming
wouldn't mind
others.
doing therapy, but
She
like
advised him to speak to his parents
physical
or someone
therapy
at
though.
school if he had any violent thoughts.
I don't like
Cho
sitting
later
down talking
communicated
to
these thoughts through a paper he
some
wrote
random
for a
nigga.
class.
And I know it helps
In
for other
April
people. Just for me, it's just
1999,
not gonna help.
The Columbine High School shootings took place.
Oh,
Cho was fascinated by the news
what?
and looked up to Eric Harris
Why?
and Dylan Klebold as idols.
Why?
Soon after this incident, Cho wrote a troubling essay in his English class, which immediately alarmed his teacher. His writing hinted at suicidal and homicidal thoughts and a desire to recreate the Columbine massacre. No one in particular was named or targeted in the words he wrote.
Right.
The school reached out to Cho's sister, who was proficient.
I will say though, like I feel like with people like this though, it's like I feel like we all okay, maybe not. Let me not speak in generality because I'm gonna speak for myself. This might be a little too much, but I will say I had a death note. I think I told the story before. I had a death note. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I wrote some people's names in that book. Now, would I ever go out to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do that thing to those people? No, I would never do that. You know what I mean? But I will say it's like, it's kind of crazy to see that taking idolization from a nigga who was out here just shooting niggas is crazy. I don't know, bruh. We all have dark thoughts, okay? But it's like, a lot of us know we ain't gonna act on them, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nigga, I did have a death note. Idolizing school shooters was too far. But to be fair, at the same time, you know what? I've noticed a lot of the same patterns, though. It's like, you know what I'm saying? He's already struggling, you know, already to adjust to a new life in America. He don't really speak English well. He's from Korea. You know, he's moving around because his family's poor. And, like, that nigga going through it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he going through a lot of shit. And sometimes you get to that point where it's like, you don't know. Like, it's really like, fuck it, nigga. Like, nigga, no, like, this is just too much for a nigga. I don't care. Niggas gonna crash out. The Columbine shooting, shooters hope their killings would make other people look, look them up, look up to them and do what they did. That is actually evil. That is crazy, but I'm not surprised because I feel like, if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like another proponent as to why people want to do these things is for attention. Even when we talk about like the Charlie Kirk shit, even though, yes, it's like, you know, that brought on the wrong attention to the wrong group of people. A lot of these niggas, you want to be remembered. You're doing this because, like, you know, because a lot of these niggas, you are the lonely niggas. And that's what I was talking about when we talk about the serial killer shit. Even that nigga, the Ed Gein nigga, even though it was, I don't know if this was a quote from him, but he's like, it makes a lot of sense that, like, every person that commits these heinous acts, it all stems down of being them being lonely and them being in their thoughts, and let their thoughts fester for too long for them to end up being this way, and to the point where they just don't care about nothing anymore. It ain't even about them, like, being, because I know some of these people like to chalk them up to being, I guess, incels or whatever, which, some of them are, but like, yeah, a lot of these, yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of these niggas are not right in the brain and lonely. Yeah, those are ingredients of just horrible shits, bro. They're just mentally ill. Most cases, yeah, I would say, but not all of them, because like I said, like that other guy, the other guy who was out here like killing those innocent girls, and then like I want to say this mental illness. I think he was just more of a sexual deviant, but like he still knew what he was doing, bro. Like, normal people aren't serial killers. I mean, you're not wrong. Normal people don't kill, multitudes of people, right? Like a serial killer would, or do other heinous acts. You're not wrong about that. But sometimes it's debatable, because sometimes, sometimes like they might be actually just a normal like, I don't know. It's really dependent on like the person. Because we don't have a large study case to prove whether or not it's all mental illness, because serial killers and the school shooters, it's a large range of like mental like things, bro. Some are, some aren't. Yeah, it's like, it's dependent. A normal person won't feel fine doing that to multiple people. That's true, but then again, like I'm saying, is like, that's judging on what we consider normal, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, like I said, other people's ideas, right? What you would consider normal, other people may not agree with that same shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people, we don't all think the same. So and I'm not checking that to mental illness, but it's like, you gotta realize that we don't even agree on common things that are supposed to be good and bad. Like, as normal people, we don't even agree on the most common things. So it's like, imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's layers to it, bro. Every week in Chicago, 50 people are shot. That's a statistical fact. Are those shooters normal? I mean, that's not normal. I mean, unless if you're from the hood. I mean, yeah, I guess that's normal. Unless if you a nigga from the hood. I mean, that's what,
English to communicate.
Niggas die every day. To be honest, bro. I'm not saying that's normal, but I'm saying like that could be somebody else's reality.
In June 1999,
is it normal for a
Cho
man to
underwent
pretend he's a
psychiatric
woman and
evaluation
expect us to pretend
at the Center for
he's a
Multicultural
woman
Human
too?
Services, where he was
I'm not
diagnosed
gonna
with selective
get into
mutism
that, but
and major depression. He was prescribed
that's a weird way to phrase
paroxetine,
that.
an antidepressant.
It ain't my business what
which he
you
took
identify
from
as
June
personally.
1999 until
You
July
identify yourself how
2000.
you want to identify yourself.
Cho
I don't know how that's
responded
related
positively
to
treatment, showing
to
improved mood, brighter demeanor, and more frequent
shooter,
smiling.
a serial
Doctor
killer.
eventually discontinued the medication.
Those are two different things.
As Cho had shown considerable improvement and no longer
Yeah, that's
required
different
the
to someone
antidepressant.
hurting people. Like, you know what I mean?
In the fall of 1999,
somebody's sexual identity does
Cho
not.
started his high school education.
That's
at Centerville
literally
High School.
Not only
The
harmless,
next year,
but has literally
due to the
nothing to
increasing
do
population
with
in that area of
a
Fairfax
nigga
County,
literally killing
Westfield High School
people,
was open,
innocent people.
and Cho was transferred there.
Those
for
are
his
two
next 3
different
years of
things.
high school.
That is a crazy thing to
Roughly
say.
a month into the academic year at Westfield, one of Cho's teachers notified the guidance office, reporting that Cho's speech was extremely quiet,
What the fuck?
and he rarely responded in full sentences.
Of course, this nigga's in the science club.
Cho was enrolled in special education with the designation of emotional disturbance.
Oh,
He was exempted from participating in oral presentations, classroom discussions, and
I will
underwent
say though,
speech
like,
therapy.
this is why you always be kind to
mental
people,
health
because you never
therapy
know.
lasted until his
Like,
junior
dead
year,
ass, like,
when
you
Cho
never
refused
know.
to continue the therapy,
Because I had a kid
stating
like that
nothing
in
was
my
wrong with
school.
him.
And I was
Throughout
honest.
his high
I'm gonna
school
be honest.
years,
I was like,
he was
any day
allegedly
now,
teased for
the
his
wrong
introverted
nigga will say
nature
something to him, and it
and
might be
unique
up.
speech patterns,
I do not
and on at least one
want to be
occasion
on
for
nobody's
his
bad
ethnic
side.
background.
I'm just being honest.
Other students from that time remembered him as someone who consistently kept to himself and seemed unresponsive.
If we're
to
kind
attempts
of
by
bad people,
teachers
they won't kill
or
us.
peers
I'm not saying
to
that. I'm
engage
just
him in
saying like,
activities. The
just
Cho
be
family
kind in
had been
general.
informed that Cho's mutism stemmed from autism.
you don't know it. You don't
Yet
know
there is
what
no
it, you don't know if a
documented
person's
evidence
bad or good.
of
Like
Cho
there's
ever
no
being
like you know what I'm
officially
saying. Like
diagnosed with
I'm just
autism.
saying just be good in general. You never
Cho
know.
graduated from Westfield High
That's
School
all I'm saying, bro.
in 2003 with a grade point
Treat
average
people how you want to
of
be treated, bro. That's all.
3.52
You know what I'm saying.
in an honors program.
Being
That GPA,
being
along
kind
with
to
his SAT
anybody is
scores,
always a good
were the
thing too.
basis
Yeah, that's
for
what I'm
his
saying. It's just that
acceptance at Virginia Tech.
I'm gonna be kind to people
During a discussion
regardless. I
about
ain't gonna be an
college with Cho
asshole
and his family,
unless if you
his
deserve
guidance
it.
counselor
Unless
advised
if you a
choosing
bitch ass
smaller
nigga.
college near their home, believing it would be an easier transition.
What
to
Harry
college
Potter
life.
say?
She expressed concerns about the size of Virginia
What Harry
Tech
Potter
being
say to Dobby?
overwhelming.
You know what I'm saying?
Cho was going to be away from home for the first time.
Just don't try to kill me next time.
Where he was unfamiliar with everyone.
All right, let me stop.
He was not taking any medications for anxiety or depression.
Whatever that man says, like, bro, just
and no
don't try to
longer
hurt me.
received
Just
any
don't
specific
try to hurt me
support
next
for his
time, bro. You
mutism.
know what I mean?
Despite this, Cho seemed quite determined and independent in his decision making, ultimately selecting Virginia Tech.
I feel like when I post
a
that
goal
short,
he had been
I'm gonna get a
aiming
lot
for.
of hate.
Neither Cho nor his high school disclosed his history
I ain't
of
watch Harry
receiving
Potter.
special
That's
education
understandable.
as an emotionally disabled
That's a real
student,
nigga though. I just
resulting
want people
in
to
the
know that's a real
university
nigga.
remaining
Harry
unaware
Potter's a
of
real
his
nigga.
pre-existing conditions. Cho
I got
started his
respect on that man.
classes at Virginia Tech in August 2003, pursuing a major in business information technology. His first year at college went smoothly, and he ended it with a 3.0 GPA.
Wait, this Virginia Tech?
During Cho's sophomore year, there were noticeable changes. He experienced a drop in his grades,
What the?
but simultaneously, he grew increasingly interested in writing.
2003 Burger King.
This newfound enthusiasm led
That
him
sounds
to
good.
switch his major to English in the fall semester of 2005.
Not better than that blueberry.
Cho seemed to enjoy the
Bojangles
idea
biscuit.
of writing, especially poetry. Dr. Nikki Giovanni, who was Cho's instructor in a poetry
Nikki
class during the fall
Giovanni.
of 2005, stated that she had him removed from her class due to his behavior,
Ooh.
which she described as, quote, menacing.
Oh.
During the initial 6 weeks of the class, Cho displayed uncooperative and disruptive conduct. He consistently wore reflector sunglasses and a hat pulled down low,
Oh,
hiding
hell
his
no.
face. Cho also was uncooperative in presenting and changing the pieces that he wrote. He would read from his desk in a voice that could not be heard.
Boy trying to ore farm? Like, what
When
the
Dr.
fuck?
Giovanni would ask him to make changes, he would present the same thing the following week.
Yeah,
In one
this is my
paper he
class
read
now.
aloud, Cho expressed
I'm really
violent
that guy for
emotions. He was angry because the class had spent time talking
Y'all don't
about
know
eating
me.
animals instead of about poetry.
Well,
In the
what's wrong with
paper,
that?
Cho accused the other students in the class of eating animals,
What?
stating, quote, I don't know which uncouth, low-life planet you come from, but you disgust me. In fact,
Now you know, and you know something wrong with somebody when they start referring like they start speaking like they're a higher being. When they start saying like you humans, low life, intelligent plebs, you know what time it is, bruh.
you all disgust me.
I seen it before.
He made up gruesome quotes from the class.
Everybody gotta
then
eat,
wrote, quote,
right? Like what the fuck is wrong
you
with even
low-life
eating a squirrel?
barbarians make me so sick to the stomach that I want to barf over my new shoes.
What?
If you despicable human beings who are all
You
disgraces
low life
to the
plebs.
human race keep
Y'all
this
don't
up,
know what a real
before you know it,
god is.
you will turn into cannibals,
What?
eating little babies, your friends.
What?
I hope y'all burn in hell for mass murdering and eating all
Whoa.
those little animals.
What the nigga? We gotta eat,
Cho
bruh.
also had been using his cell phone to take pictures of students without their permission,
What?
and many students stopped showing up to class.
I would
They were afraid
too.
of him. The department head at the time, Lucinda Roy,
Hold on.
asked for
Hold
help
on,
from the
Lucinda.
police after reading Cho's writings. However,
My bad.
the police had difficulty pursuing any actions since Cho did not
Bro,
make any explicit threat.
Imagine you going to school and then a nigga's just randomly taking pictures of you and he wearing a hoodie and sunglasses and this shit's draped over. Nigga, you're never seeing me in that class ever again, bro. You're never seeing me in that. Matter of fact, you're probably never going to see me on that campus. My black senses is tinkling. No, sir. What the fuck? You got me twisted. I'm never I'm not going there ever again. I know exactly what time it is. What the fuck?
By the time Cho reached his senior year at Virginia Tech,
Avoided him at literally all cost.
His roommate and suite mates made efforts to
I don't
socialize
want no
him by
problems
inviting
with
him
that
to
man.
parties, but he would always end up
Good
sitting by
sir, you'll
himself
never
in a
see me.
corner.
Matter of fact,
On
I'll
one
send
occasion,
nigga, I'll send him a
After
PS3.
returning to a female student's room with them, Cho unexpectedly pulled out a knife and began stabbing the carpet. Cho's roommate stated Cho would get movies from the library and watch them alone on his laptop.
Oh
The
hell
roommate
no.
never saw what they were, but said they always seemed dark. On multiple occasions, Cho's suite mates noticed a burnt smell upon entering the room, suggesting that
Wait,
Cho
this was
had been
2007.
burning
What the hell
something.
was he watching in 2007?
Once, they even discovered burnt pages hidden beneath a sofa cushion. He began to identify himself as his own twin brother, named ? And claimed to have an imaginary girlfriend named Jelly.
If a nigga is out here saying that he got a alter identity and that nigga name is ? Nigga, I'm about to be an exclamation mark and get my ass the fuck out of there. What the
who he
fuck?
described as a supermodel living in space. On a
What the
separate
fuck?
occasion, Cho mentioned to his roommates
That was
he had
that was literally a
intimidated the girl
sign.
by visiting her dorm to stare into
And
her eyes.
I'm about to be a period
commenting that
in
he
this
saw only
conversation.
promiscuity in her eyes. Cho's roommates conducted a search of his belongings and discovered a pocket knife. However, they
Also,
didn't
I'm
come
glad I
across
never
anything
actually
they
went to
considered
like
to be threatening.
I was ever like on a
Andy
dorm,
Koch and John Idy,
like lived in
who were
dorms.
Cho's roommates, reported that Cho had been involved
I'm glad
in
I
a
never
couple of
did that, like in
incidents
college.
with two different female students, leading to
That's
verbal
probably the
warnings
best thing that
from the
I've
Virginia
that
Tech
ever
campus
happened.
Police. The students had accused Cho of stalking, although they chose not to file any charges.
What?
Koch and Idy recalled that the police had visited their room twice to investigate complaints about Cho's online behavior towards these girls. Koch specifically mentioned one visit by the police, responding to an incident where Cho had harassed a female student
Oh my
and
god,
discussed
leave these women
suicide
alone, bruh.
online. The initial reported incident took place on November 27, 2005, when Cho reached out to a female student with phone calls and an unexpected visit to her dorm room.
Oh my
The
god.
student reported this to the Virginia Tech Police Department. The police found
Take the
that
sign,
Cho's
gentlemen,
messages
like,
contained
come on,
no
bro.
explicit threats of violence.
She not
That
interested in you.
evening,
I don't
two
get this,
uniformed campus
bro.
police
Oh my
officers
god.
visited Cho's dorm room to caution him
I don't wanna
against
say too
further
much,
contact
but
with the student. A warning which Cho
This
obeyed.
remind me of that other
The
guy
next
that had
reported
that
incident occurred
manifesto.
on December 13th,
And he was in a fucking
2005.
car too. Y'all
Prior
know
to
what guy
this,
I'm talking
Cho
about?
had been messaging a friend.
Y'all know what guy I'm talking about? The guy that they had like he was like talking about like he was gonna get rid of like he was talking about like women being something or some shit like that. Talking about like something about him being rejected by women or some shit or being like an incel or some shit like bruh.
Friend of Koch's through AIM and left a quote from Shakespeare's
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet on her doorboard. Initially, the woman
He was
wasn't
actually
bothered by
actual
the AIM
incel?
messages or the quote, but her attitude
Which is
changed
crazy 'cause,
after
like,
Koch contacted her via
We
AIM.
done made that word so
Koch
bad
informed her
now.
about Cho's previous stalking behavior.
Because incel, being an
expressed
incel is not
suspicions
really
that
like
Cho
what
might
that
have
is, but it's
schizophrenia.
like
This led her to
it's kind of
notify
crazy
the
that now
campus
it's now
police,
that's associated
who
with
once
just a
more
nigga that
cautioned
is
Cho
like
against further unsolicited contact.
you know, he's not favored by
Later that
people
day,
in general,
after
not just
Cho
ladies.
emailed
But
Koch saying, quote, "I might as well kill myself now." Koch,
yeah, now it's just anybody
concerned
who's
for
a
Cho's
weirdo.
well-being, sought advice from his father and then alerted campus authorities. The campus police
It's like we should
came
just
back
call
to
them
the dorm
weirdos because that's what they
and
are.
took Cho to New River Valley.
If you got to
Community
blame a woman
Services
for not
Board,
getting no coochie, that's
a
on
mental
you,
health
nigga.
agency in Blacksburg.
She ain't got to give up
On
her
the day of
coochie
his
for you.
examination, the physician who assessed Cho determined that he was
Sorry that you can't get no
mentally ill
get no coochie,
and
nigga.
in
That
need
ain't,
of hospitalization.
that ain't her fault, bitch. Fuck.
The physician observed Cho's flat affect, depressed mood, and noted Cho's denial of suicidal thoughts
Oh damn.
and lack of acknowledgement of any thought disorder symptoms. The physician also remarked on Cho's normal insight and judgment. Deemed a potential immediate threat to himself or others,
Ah hell.
Cho
no.
was temporarily placed in Carilion St. Albans Behavioral Health Center in Radford, Virginia, awaiting a commitment hearing in the Montgomery County, Virginia District Court.
Can't get no coochie
On
out
December
the queen.
14th, 2005, following his
Unless
discharge
her name is
from the facility,
unless her name is Dairy Queen.
Virginia Special Justice Paul Barnett stated in an order that Cho posed an imminent danger to himself due to mental illness
Lulu
and
on his
mandated
butt. It's
outpatient
crazy.
treatment. However, Cho did not undergo the prescribed treatment.
What the fuck?
Since he was not involuntarily committed as an inpatient to a mental health facility, he remained legally qualified to purchase firearms
Rider.
under Virginia law. In the months of February and March 2007, Cho legally purchased the firearms he would later use in the shooting. On February 9th, he bought a .22 caliber Walther P22 semi-automatic pistol from TGS Com Inc., a federally licensed firearms dealer in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Crazy.
The purchase was made through their website, and the gun was delivered to
Ooh,
J&D
women.
Pawnbrokers in Blacksburg, Virginia, where Cho passed the necessary background check and claimed the handgun. His second purchase was on March 13th, a 9mm
That's crazy,
Glock
man.
19 semi-automatic pistol from
It's
Roanoke
crazy like a nigga
Firearms
like him could get
in
approved for
Roanoke,
like
Virginia.
getting a gun.
Cho successfully passed both background checks and complied
How?
with all legal requirements.
What are these
including
background
a
checks that
30-day
y'all
waiting
doing?
period between purchases by presenting his U.S. permanent residency card, Virginia driver's permit, and
Like, how does a
checkbook with
nigga
his
like him
Virginia
pass
address.
this, bruh?
On March 22, 2007, Cho bought two 10-round magazines for the Walther P22 from Elk Ridge Shooting Supplies in Idaho through eBay, and 50 more rounds of 9mm ammunition from Roanoke Firearms. A further
Roanoke.
examination of Cho's eBay records indicated
Roanoke,
he
Arizona?
might have bought an
My bad.
additional magazine the next day from another seller. Cho also purchased jacketed hollow point bullets, which are more damaging than full metal jacket bullets.
Right.
On the day of the shooting,
I'm gonna be honest.
Cho sent
If
a photo
I'm
of these bullets to
gonna keep it a
NBC
bug.
News with a manifesto.
I feel like I don't know how much this will work, but I feel like if you buying a gun, I feel like the gun shop that you buy from gets a receipt of all the things that you buy within the next 10 to 20 days, bruh. No cap. Like, or purchases that like seem very suspicious, because like you can't tell me this nigga out here he buying guns and then out of no, you know what I'm saying, he buying all black, he buying like more ammo. Like, I feel like you gotta get it. Like, if a nigga's buying more ammo on top of the ammo that he already gets with the gun, I'm gonna be honest, you gonna have to look for that nigga, bro. No cap. I'm sorry. Not going to lie. You gonna have to look at it. And I feel like they should also, like, anytime you're buying a gun, they just gotta give you the look test. If you look like you're gonna be on some tomfoolery, put that shit on there, bro. Like, what the hell? If a nigga come into the gun store and, you know, to be fair, that means, you know, if they do that, that means they're gonna have serial killers are gonna start dressing up like fucking Netspin or some shit. But even still, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, damn, bro, like, if it's obvious, like, he don't look right in the
Captioning it
head,
as,
bro.
Quote, all the shit you've given me, right back at you with hollow points. Cho's manifesto package included a DVD with various contents,
Oh, hell
a
no.
printed PDF of an 1,800-word, 23-page manifesto,
Oh my god.
43 photographs of Cho, 2 Microsoft Word files, a 6-minute audio
Damn, that nigga love to write, bitch. I ain't reading all that. Sorry.
recording, and 27 QuickTime video clips. The
What?
PDF had been last edited at 7:24 a.m., just minutes after he would
Why he
begin
took so
his
much pictures
rampage.
of himself?
On April 16th,
It's like he wants a
Cho's roommates
he
noticed
wanted
him
a
awake
documentary
and
made about
on
him.
his computer around 5 a.m.
What the fuck?
before quickly leaving the room.
Nah, that nigga said, I'm gonna do all the work for y'all. I'm gonna take my headshots so y'all got good, like, poses for my face when y'all put them on the network and on Netflix and shit. I want to make sure y'all, you know what I mean? I got to remember pose, so I got to pose like this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, also, just in case if y'all end up AI generating my voice somehow, I don't know how he would know that in 2007, but like, just in case if y'all end up trying to AI generate my voice, I got all my voice lines with prompts. I got all my voice lines with prompts. I need something cool, so y'all just pick whatever y'all pick out of the bunch. Whatever sounds cool, just put that as my thing, bro. Also, here's my manifesto. Like, I got 2 of them. You know what I mean? Just in case if somebody wants to write a play or maybe a movie about me. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Here's my whole manifesto, bro. Just so y'all have that little quote at the beginning of the movie type shit.
Between
Like, bro,
5:30
what?
and 6.
The fuck out of
Shortly
here.
Before 7 a.m., Cho was observed standing outside a door.
Nigga
of
already
West
knew he was trying to be
Ambler Johnston
famous.
Hall, a mixed
Nobody
gender
ain't gonna make a
residence
movie
hall
about you, boy.
housing around 900 students. He discreetly
Also, he has in the
carried his
thing
two
is like,
pistols
also,
with him.
I want
Access to the hall is
I want
typically
Robert
limited to
Downey
residents
Jr. to
with
play as
magnetic
me.
key cards before 10 a.m. Cho possessed a pass card.
I want
that
Robert
allowed
Downey
him
Jr. to
access
play
after
as me.
7:30
Yes, I am
a.m.
okay with him doing
because his
Asian
student
face.
mailbox was in the building's lobby, but the method
Like,
by
what
which
the
he
fuck?
entered the building earlier remains unknown. Approximately at 7:15 a.m., Cho made his way into the room of Emily Hilscher, a 19-year-old freshman student who had just made her way back to her dorm at
Oh,
7:02 a.m. While Cho had previously stalked female students in West Ambler Johnston, there are no confirmed connections between him and Hilscher. He pointed his 9mm pistol at Emily and fired once as she began to scream, hitting her in the head.
Right.
Not long after 7:15 a.m.,
Of course, you got to kill a
resident
nigga.
advisor Ryan Clark, who lived next door, heard the gunshot and went to Emily's room to see what was happening. However, Cho then shot and killed Clark.
Fuck,
Hilscher
man.
survived for 3 hours following the shooting,
What?
but unfortunately, her family wasn't informed by the school, law enforcement, or the hospital until after she passed away.
Oh.
Molly Donahue, an 18-year-old student in the hall, ran towards the room after hearing screams and the gunshots, but Cho was long gone. In the hallway was a line of sopping sneaker prints, wet with blood, trailing away from the room. A 911 emergency call was immediately made to Virginia Tech campus police reporting a shooting at West Ambler Johnston Hall.
Damn.
Cho went
They
back
don't
to
got
his
campus
dorm room,
security on the floors,
changed his
though?
clothes, accessed his computer to erase his emails and university student account, and then removed
Like,
his
there was like
computer's
no
hard
security
drive,
on the
which
on the
has never
individual
been found.
floors.
Cho's next stop was at a nearby post office, where he mailed off the package to NBC containing
What?
his writings, videos, and pictures.
Okay, now that's just insane, bro. I'm sorry. This nigga mailed his shit off to news stations. I was just joking at first. I didn't really think he would actually be like premeditatedly like sending his shit. Nigga, what are you sending your highlight reel, bitch? Like, what the fuck, nigga? You not trying to get into the NBA, bitch? Like, what the hell?
The shootings continued around 9:40 a.m.
Niggas like, yeah, bro, I'm about to go to the league with this one, bro. Like, what?
Mechanics program, among others. In his backpack, he carried chains and locks for heavy-duty use, a hammer, a knife, 2 handguns he had purchased, along with 19 magazines of 10 and 15 rounds, and nearly 400 rounds of ammunition.
400.
Cho used the chains and locks to secure the 3 primary entrances, leaving a note on one door warning that opening it would trigger a bomb.
Wait, hold on. Ray, what? Ray, run that back? Hold on.
Among others. In his backpack, he carried chains and locks for heavy-duty use, a hammer, a knife, 2 handguns he had purchased, along with 19 magazines of 10 and 15.
Wait, so he purchased a chain and locks to seal all the exits or the main exit. All right.
Rounds and nearly 400 rounds of ammunition.
That's crazy.
Cho used the chains and locks to secure the 3 primary entrances, leaving a note on one door warning that opening
and
it
nobody saw
would trigger
this?
a bomb. Just before the shooting started, a faculty member discovered the note and went to the 3rd floor to alert the administration.
Wait.
But no bomb threat.
Hold on. So this nigga went to go shoot that girl and shot that guy. And the police were already informed, but he had enough time to go to the post office, mail off his goddamn highlight tape, and then come back and be able to do this? How does that make any sense? Unless if the post office was in the school area where he was already at, then I guess that would make sense. But even still, it's like y'all didn't hear the shooting and y'all don't see this nigga with guns in his shits. Like, what? I'm confused.
Was ever reported. Cho prepared in vacant room 200.
Okay, even if the post office is on campus,
which he stored in his vest
I don't know.
pockets. Some students reported that he looked
Somebody
into
must have
various
not been in there.
classrooms, likely assessing the number of occupants. After walking the hall, Cho entered an advanced hydrology engineering class in room 206, containing 13 students. He positioned himself near the door, where he fatally shot the professor and then proceeded to fire at the students, resulting in 9 deaths and 2 injuries. Exiting the room, Cho
That's
shot
scary,
at 2
man.
students, fleeing from the adjacent room 204, who managed to escape via a nearby stairwell.
That's scary.
He also shot at a student and a substitute professor from room 205 who were
Fuck.
looking out the door, but they survived. Entering room 207, where an introductory German class was in session, Cho killed instructor Jamie Bishop and 4 students, wounding 6 others.
This was at
as
like
he walked
7,
down
8 in the
aisle
morning
firing.
too, so I don't know how security
Cho then
didn't act
attempted to enter
sooner.
Norris 211.
Yeah, I
and
don't
204,
I don't
but was
understand that
blocked
because
by
when I
barricades
even when
set
I
up by
like
instructors
bro,
and students.
I went to a
Kevin
community
Granado,
college and we had
upon
security
hearing the
on damn near
disturbance from the
every
floors below,
inch of the damn of
quickly
every
led
property
20
like
students
of
from
every
the
school that I
third-floor
went to
classroom into his
in
office,
that shit.
which had a
So this is
lockable door for their safety.
this is a
He
big
then went down
school.
to the lower
So you telling me
floors
no security
to
was there,
assess the
especially
situation
when you know
with
class
another
most
professor,
classes start at 7 to
Wally
8 o'clock in the
Grant.
morning.
In the hallway,
So a lot of students are going to
both
be
were
up.
shot by Cho. Grant managed to escape into a bathroom and, despite being wounded, survived, whereas
W.
Granata succumbed to his injuries.
Damn.
All the students who had been secured in Granata's office remained safe and unharmed. In the intermediate French class in room 211, instructor Jocelyn Couture-Nowak and student Henry Lee responded quickly when
Wait.
they saw Cho approaching the door.
So now I'm thinking that's probably why schools started locking their doors and shit now that I think about it, because I remember my school, they made us they locked the doors and shit. They made they made the windows really small and shit. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now, because I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Golly, bro. I'm gonna be honest though, me personally though, I always still no cap, I always plan for just in case anything like this was to happen. Thank God it never happened at my school or any of the schools that I went to. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a reason why I always chose the farthest away from the door. You would think that being closest to the door is the optimal play, but it's really not though, because you're literally going to be one of the first people to be seen. And it's you have a better chance if you're farther away and not being school near me. Yeah, I remember you told us about it. We were proactively looking at that when you told us about that. That's just, damn. I always sat in the back. Yeah, I always sat in the back, corner away from the teacher, because, anytime, I know for a fact, you don't have to be a rocket science to realize this, but if you're close to the teacher's desk and let's say there is a fortunate event of a school, of a shooter of any kind, and it's really easy to think that most likely they're going to aim for the teacher first. Yeah, they're most likely going to aim for the teacher first, especially because you never know who the person's going to be, but usually they're going to go after the adult or the figurehead, you know what I mean, first, which sucks, but it's the truth. And then they're going to go after anybody that's closest to the door because they don't want nobody to escape. So that's why I always choose the desk literally furthest away from the teacher and furthest away from the door, but I'm in the back. I'm not in the front. I'm in the back. Because because I don't know if it's a fear of mine or not. I don't like facing anything that is like a door and shit. I don't know. I have this thing where I can't face, I have to be facing the door. I have to see my exit, anywhere. If I can't see my exit, I'm not sitting next to it. I'm not sitting my back turned to the door, bro. You'll never, bro. I always got to see my exit plan, bro. Always. I'm always like that, bro. You know what I mean? If shit got shot up, I'm falling down, acting I'm dead. Actually, yeah, that's usually a good strat too. But sometimes, some people they be double tapping, so that's why I be like, I'ma use that them hard ass desk. If the desks are separated, best believe I'm turning that shit into a shield, 100%. No cap. Yeah, they're gonna blick the teacher. The high school was called Appalachia High School. Yeah, I remember you told us like when that shit was going on, and that shit was sad as fuck.
They used desks to barricade the entrance.
But yeah, I'm definitely using the desk.
Urged students to take cover.
I'm using the desk and I'm using the book and I'm gonna
911.
And I'm using my
Despite
backpack.
Cho broke through the barricade.
I'm using as many layers and protecting as many parts of my body as I can.
Who were behind the door?
That's the best case scenario.
Matthew Laporte, a student.
It is, man. Yeah, that shit was sad,
tried
bro.
to tackle Cho, but was killed.
And it's all avoidable
shot 7
too.
times in his attempt to protect his classmates.
Damn, real
Out
nigga,
of
man.
the 22 enrolled students, 18 were present, with 11 losing their lives and 6 sustaining injuries. Clay Violand, the only unharmed survivor, pretended to be dead, lying next to an injured female student. They were the only 2 who managed to leave the room upon the arrival of the police.
Damn.
Like room 207,
I went to a candlelight this
Cho
year.
shot into room 11 from the doorway.
Yeah, rest in peace to
then moved
the
along
victims,
the
bro.
aisles, systematically targeting those
Candlelight
hiding
services be getting me
without
too,
uttering a
bro. Because
word.
we had to hold like 3 of them
occasionally stepped into
at my
the hallway
school.
to reload before re-entering to continue the shooting. Circling back, Cho revisited room 206.
She had to
where
act
Walid
dead
Shalan,
near a hurt,
despite being
a hurt
wounded,
person. Yeah,
drew Cho's attention away from another student.
that's a real nigga,
Shalan
man.
was shot again by Cho and succumbed to his injuries. In the same room, Guillermo Colman was saved from further harm as the body of Partahi Lumbantoruan was placed over him. 2 other students in the room managed to survive. During Cho's initial intrusion into room 207,
Be mentally
students
scarred.
had fortified the door. and
Yeah,
were
man, you
aiding
gotta
the
use
injured.
some like you were just
On
talking
Cho's
to that
return,
person, and then
Caitlin Carney and Derek Odell were hurt while they tried to keep the
next
door
thing you
shut,
know, they're like, what
but
I'm
the rest
saying,
of
like
the
that's the shit
students
that be,
remained safe.
what I'm saying,
In
that
room
should be like
205,
crazy.
Students had already fortified the door with a heavy table following an alert from graduate assistant Haiyan Cheng and another student about Cho's approach.
Cause I had to go
Cho
through
fired
that
through the door
when there was a kid that
around
was literally
7
in my
times,
class that sat right next
but
to
couldn't
me,
breach it, resulting
and
in
then
no
like
injuries
literally
or
like the
fatalities
next
in the
day,
room. In room 204,
I had to find out that
Holocaust
man
survivor
like he got shot,
Liviu Librescu
and it was like
from
crazy because
Romania
like bro, I was literally
bravely
just talking to this
blocked
nigga
Cho's entry
the other
by
day
using his
before,
body to hold the
and it's
door
like he's
shut,
not there anymore, man. That
allowing
shit
most
just
of his
be that
students
shit
to flee
is-
through the windows. As they kicked
shit was
out the
tough,
window
man.
screens and escaped, some sustained leg injuries from the 2-story fall, while others landed safely in shrubs below and proceeded to nearby ambulances
Damn,
or a
real
bus
niggas,
stop.
man.
Librescu, shot 4 times,
But I will say, all these people here, they're better than me, bro. No cap. Like these teachers, they're better than me, bro. No cap. Cause I'm not gonna try to do no heroic act for anybody. I mean, it depends. Actually, no. If it's like for a loved one or people that I care for, sure. But like, no cap. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. If I'm a teacher like this, nigga, I'd have been like, shit. Hey, hey, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Unless if I got a blick though. If I got a blick, best believe I'm laying that nigga out. No cap. I'm laying that nigga out. No cap. Let that nigga come into my room and I got a blick. Best believe that's the last person he hitting, bro. Nope, I'm dead ass. If I could grab the nigga with high school chance of survival, or I said high school, a high chance of survival, you'll do it. He come through the door and we tag team his ass. Yeah, but my thing is though, like this is dependent on whether or not, because I'm thinking about like, because we gotta apply real world like for a second, because it's like we're in the middle of a lecture, right? Like, niggas ain't tagged, right? Plus, a lot of these people, they're not aware Yeah, it's 8 a.m. They're not aware what's going on. It's early in the morning. You're in the middle of the lecture. This thing doesn't normally happen, right? So they're literally least on guard. That's why he did that at the perfect time. So a random kid that you don't know comes into your class, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a fight or flight situation. Can that happen now? No, because now, I hate to say it, but unfortunately, school shootings are more like common now. So everybody is more attacked now whatsoever. Like back then, you know, in 2000s, they weren't yes, there was Columbine the year before, but that was like one out of like, you know what I'm saying? That was like one of the, not saying the first time, but that's like, that wasn't, there's not a lot of like, there's not school shootings happening every single day. That was like national. So they're like, this probably could never happen here. So they're like, they're not even really expecting it. They're not staying tacked at all. You can't get away with that now. Everybody's tacked now. So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, I mean, it still happens, but I'm saying like, y'all know what I'm saying though. It's like more people are more vigilant. They're more tacked now. And the likelihood of a person doing this exact effort is not happening like that. Like going to, you know what I mean? That's not happening like that. You said 8 a.m. class, niggas fresh off of waking up. You don't need do anything realistically. Yeah, like the thing is, like, once you see that kid, like the door is unlocked, or he might have the door open, so for them to get in there and like, you know, you're not expecting no kid to come out of here. You know what I'm saying? You're not expecting that. And plus, teachers weren't allowed to bring blicks to school back in those days. So it's like, you know, you had to rely on security. So it's like, you know, it's a tough situation, man. It's like, that's why I'm saying, like, these niggas are more like, these are brave people. These are people who are honest to good people. Cause like, they literally sacrifice their life to save their students, knowing damn well they don't really need to do that at all whatsoever. But he put his life, these people put their life on the line to save these niggas that they don't owe nothing to. That's a real nigga, bro. That's a real nigga stand still nigga of stamp of approval.
Including in his wristwatch, held the door until he was overcome. 2 students, hidden near the windows, were wounded but lived. After the majority escaped and Cho shot through the door multiple times, he broke in. Finding mostly empty space and open windows, Cho then
But I'm not
shot
gonna lie, if
dozens
we
of
catch that
rescues
nigga lacking, it's
and
up for him.
stood
We
between
killing
Alpha
him. I don't
Chong,
care.
each in the
Y'all can
temple.
say what y'all want, but nigga, I don't give a fuck. If you start shooting niggas, you're liable to get killed. I do not give a fuck. I'm not gonna spare your life, bruh. I don't care. Cause you already took niggas' life, so nigga, we gonna take your life, bruh. Don't give a fuck. Especially if you threaten my life and my student's life. Yeah, you gotta go, bruh. We ain't taking the opportunity, nigga. I'm not gonna be like, subdue him and then like tie him up. No, I'm nigga. Yeah. Yeah, nigga, yeah.
And
We need less
severely
people
wounded
like
2 more
you
students
on this earth anyway.
before moving back to room 206 again.
Yeah, we're gonna
At
make sure you're
9:51
done, bro.
A SWAT team began their entry into the building. Unable to breach the chain lock
Y'all think
doors,
subduing him is gonna be
they
enough?
accessed
Like,
the
no,
building
bro.
through an alternate entrance.
We're gonna put this to a
Ascending
permanent
the 3rd
stop.
floor, they were informed by Emily Haas.
What the fuck is
a wounded
that?
survivor
Oh, their
in room
mascot?
211, that the
What is that, a
shooter was
rooster?
there. During his rampage, Cho murdered 5 faculty and 27 students.
Damn.
With 17 others shot and 6 injured, escaping from Librescu's classroom. 28
You
of
got
the
a
victims
cockroach?
were shot in the head. at least
Damn.
once. Investigations. by
Wait,
the
hold on.
police
Wait, what? Oh, wait. Wounds and fatalities. Number of Oh. So he shot 14 people in the head. Two in the head and neck. Head and chest, 8. I don't get these numbers. Oh, this is the number of shots. Oh, nigga, you shot a nigga 9 times in the head? Oh, no, never mind. I read that wrong. Sorry. God damn. Yeah, so he was really intending to kill these people because he He only going for
were
headshots.
shot in the head at least once.
No, I read that wrong. I think that it said including the shooters.
11 minutes, 174 shots were fired by Cho in the massacre, as indicated by the discovery of at least 17 empty magazines at the crime scene. Federal law enforcement officials found that the serial numbers on both the Walther P.22 and the Glock 19 used by Cho in the attack had been illegally removed. Additionally, it was reported that Cho had engaged in target practice at a Roanoke shooting range, located approximately 40 miles away from the campus in mid-March.
Right.
The reason behind Cho's initial dormitory killings remains a mystery. He risked detection and numerous potential obstacles that could have stopped his bigger plan. One hypothesis suggests that these early shootings might have been a rehearsal for the later, more extensive attack, as Cho had no prior experience in shooting people. He might have intended to use the initial incident as a distraction to divert police from his plans, although it ironically resulted in a heightened police presence on campus. Another theory considers his history of stalking at least 3 women and previous complaints against him, including one from West Ambler Johnston, suggesting a possible
and you know police don't be taking that shit serious at all.
However, no evidence,
because as long as he doesn't do anything to them like physically, police do not care if you're being stalked, which is literally sad.
Faculty, roommates,
like that's a telltale sign right there, bro. Like, nigga, get that nigga.
None of these theories convincingly explain his motives, which remain unknown.
Like the signs were already there, bro.
Cho's package on April 18th, 2007. They alerted the authorities and controversially chose to publicize portions of Cho's communications. This decision to broadcast images and videos from the package in various news reports led to concerns from Virginia Tech students, faculty, and victims' relatives, who feared that such coverage might inspire similar attacks. The broadcast of Cho's manifesto, along with its video,
I don't understand why they be doing that either.
Particularly distressing.
Ain't nobody trying to see this ass nigga, bro.
Shootings, like Peter Reed, father of Mary Reed, who was killed by Cho, who implored the media to refrain from showing Cho's manifesto.
Right.
Police, after examining the video, pictures.
Because if we're gonna be honest, every time one of these crazy niggas have a manifesto, somebody else ends up either turning it into a movie or turning it into real life every time. And it only takes one person every time. Cause it literally happened to him.
And manifesto found them of limited use in understanding the motives.
Like what the fuck? Did y'all not learn y'all lesson?
Following the Virginia Tech shootings.
Don't give this nigga what he wants. That's what he wanted, bro.
Where the narrative
you should have took that shit and be like, man, submit this to the police as evidence.
And keepsakes.
Niggas don't need to see this, bro.
Their prematurely ended lives. Community members, whether close acquaintances,
and this is before YouTube was a thing. Now you literally can't do nothing about it now.
Gentle glow of candles,
because the nigga just can upload his old manifesto on YouTube.
And the persistent memory of those who perished.
Hey man, rest in peace to all these people who lost their life, man.
Communities around the globe expressed their empathy.
Fuck, man, it's
offering condolences.
This is trash, man.
Scholarships were created in the names of the victims, ensuring their legacies would continue through the education of future generations. Despite the deep wounds inflicted by this event, the university committed itself to aiding the bereaved families and its students, providing mental health services and spaces for contemplation and recovery.
Yeah, man.
This tragedy's impact.
It's tough when you lose somebody, bro.
Sparking a national conversation about mental
especially
health
if you're a parent, you lose your kid, bro.
In an educational setting.
That shit's tough.
Thank you all for watching. This video was made with the utmost
I can't even
respect
think of like how
for the victims
what that
and
feels
their
like.
families, whose lives were forever changed by this tragedy. It's important
all because
to
of one dude, bro. Because his life wasn't going great.
Senseless act, but as individuals,
they don't realize like when you're ruining not just your life, your family's life, and all these people and their lives,
and in spreading awareness about such crucial issues. Thank you once again for your support, and until next time.
Damn, man. This is that's crazy. That's crazy, man. At least that nigga dead, bro. I think, right? He said he was dead, right? Hey man, you got what you deserve, you bitch ass nigga.